cool rich uncle.
Said
Not gang affiliated.
Yeah.
I mean,
Uncle
depends
Tran?
on how you look at the Slayers and the Seekers.
Yeah, are the police a gang? Don't ask her that question. Anyways, so you guys are given free coins to, teleport backers. Come and go as you please. Maybe at a certain point, if you guys do it excessively, he'll ask for, like, some money to, like, compensate towards the Manax fluid that is consumed when teleports happen, arrival or departure, but that is not concerning to you guys at all. Amber says she could probably make it. Amber says she could probably make it if she can get the right ingredients.
I would invest in that. I'd just be interested in seeing how she would do that shit.
What's made?
It would take some really specific ingredients, but she shrugs. I got my ways.
I'm sure you do.
Let me know if you need funding.
She does like a finger at you. You got it. Hey, Tingo.
Cat.
Hey, buddy.
Howdy.
It's like cool. God has ordained my day of birth truly because it's gloomy out, which is what I want. But it's also humid, which I hate.
Ooh.
So it's like cooler, but it's humid. So basically, I'm still suffering and sweating. So Tango is enjoying the window being open. Oh, hi, hi, buddy. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down.
Just gently push
He's not
his
lying down.
butt.
I can tell.
I'm doing that, yeah. Okay, well... Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. Anyways, so... Teleportation time!
Whoop.
None of you guys are influenced by like dark energy or anything, right?
Nope.
Not let's say being influenced by it as opposed to like being birthed from as different.
Birds from
No.
The Sarah still is not a living person.
Okay. Perfect.
Not to my recollection.
It's just
I
vibes.
hope not.
Cool. Just no reason.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about it because that's
the whole briefing card.
Yeah.
Shut up.
See, note that I asked this question now. I would have also asked this question if you guys used it. Wait, here's the funny thing. I actually prepped for this. I was looking at like some art that I had for the place you guys are going to right now. And I was like, when did I save this? September 6th of last year. So it's been about a year. Since
Yeah, that
I've
fucking
been like thinking on this. So if I were to ask you this a year ago, the answer probably would have been different. But I ask it anyways. Maintain consistency.
Oh yeah.
Like, FX running through. So, none of you guys are influenced by any dark power or anything like that. You guys aren't the servants of a fell god. It's all good.
Or...
Does X
Not.
attempting to
might
leave?
I might be a cat person, but I'm not religious in any sense of the word.
I don't think dark powers care about that, unfortunately. But hey,
Hmm.
we'll find out if you guys are good right now. Can one of you guys roll? No, it's okay.
Oh god.
Oh,
Fear,
I don't
the
think
fear that coursed
Morgan...
through me.
I don't think Morgan would have counted, and if she would have, I don't think she does now, so she's probably fine.
No, Scabola is definitively, utterly human. Not mortal, but human. In every sense of the word.
She could be evil, but she's not cosmically evil.
That's an interesting... That's an interesting dialogue to have, right? It got brought up in the first campaign. How evil can devils and demons be when they're constrained by their nature to such? Whereas man has the capacity to learn, combine greatest evils into itself, and be worse.
Yeah, that's where the shadow
You
Man
could
came
argue that the fact that you actually choose to be evil makes it even more evil.
from. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's like you have options, and you want to cause problems.
There's a reason why it's a mortal man that's in charge of Cutthroat's Keep. I'll just put it like that. So,
I'm hearing this heresy.
I would say, so, you guys teleport. No rolls necessary. If you roll a 2, then you accidentally...
What?
It's a coin toss. Oh, hey,
What happens if you roll a 2?
Hey, bud, you're accidentally a heretic, huh? That's
Accidentally a heretic.
Hey, Alexander would have a good time in the 40k universe, I think. He just execute people for heresy. I think he'd
Call
have
me
a
a commissar. Pop!
Commissar
So-
Whitelock. Yeah.
He would fit.
Oh, You also called some Sisters of Battle Whitelocks as well. You also called me for a good time. Moving on. So, you guys, who's the one holding the scroll? Because I think it's swapped hands a couple times now.
I feel it would be
Because
fair if it
people
was, like,
have been
Alexander.
endangering themselves or something.
Right, yeah. Oh, in
Dying
my,
Yeah.
I still have it in my inventory, yeah.
Then you're the one.
Alexander, cause more problems for us.
That's just... Oh, God,
Everyone's
what's
coming, stack up on him.
Dude,
But
we
look-
don't know the range of this fucking thing.
He
I-
holds a
it's
scroll like the Skyrim like Elder Scroll.
Yeah.
The
That's
tentacles
neat.
come out of it like DLC.
Crash, I have a question.
Yes.
I was just thinking about which names to write down on the slate. Luckily, there's only 4 of you guys, so I can just write down all of you.
They have to put their name on it.
I will get you all to write your names on it.
You have to put your true name on it. You cannot just put like a moniker or anything like that.
Mhm. So then, yeah, before we leave, I think like shortly after shit settles, like second, third day or something, Silas would get everyone to write their names on it. That being said, it I assume it doesn't affect Silas, despite their name being on it automatically.
Your name is automatically on it,
So
so you're in that list all the time.
Cool.
It's additional people up to
I
your
see.
proficiency bonus.
I see.
So basically, as long as no one's popped it yet, you technically have a constant death ward.
Nice.
Something, Cat's 9 lives, something.
Ah!
Cue laugh track. She's a laugh track.
What a chaotic laugh track that was. Holy shit.
Trying to find what is the song.
Mambo number 5.
No, not.
Well,
I heard the clapping and all I thought of was that song.
Mhm.
But yeah, do any of you guys not write your name on the slate?
No. Especially if you like.
It's
Go on.
it's like the order that the names are written in is like priority.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Whoever
It's
drops
whoever-
first.
It only activates once, a long rest. So,
Hmm.
if 4 of you all happen to drop at the same time, I'll probably just roll for it.
Nice roll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Like, we all
but
get
other
hit
than
by a
that,
fireball.
yeah,
If
if
no
you
one
guys get
writes
hit
their
by like a
name, then it's
10th
just
level
me.
fireball and all
Right.
fail your deck saves and all succumb to death, then
It'd be fucked up if it worked across Waking Worlds too. Fucking Muralsa was about to drop to 0 but goes to 1 and we're like, why isn't it working? Why is this person dead now?
Just
don't
start
have
smacking the
fire.
side of the tablet.
they don't got they don't got like the Spirant tier for it.
Yeah,
Damn, feels bad.
it'd be fucked up if they did though.
They're Spirants, they're just done the same tier. Yeah, that song didn't work. It's way too calm. So there you go.
So it's like
A
we all
lab.
have the potential of Death Ward, but during a long rest, only
Just-
one person will.
You
actually
all have a death word until it's popped. There you go.
until it's popped. Okay.
And then none of you have.
And then yeah,
Okay.
whoever pops it first, you blame them.
What the fuck?
Have more HP. Save yourself.
I presume if I put death word on someone, that would pop before the slate would pop.
Correct.
Oh, we
Because-
love order of operations.
Definitely going to end up happening at some point.
Probably.
You should write that
Most
down.
likely.
Does Kasai put her name in there?
I
I
only
don't think
have
there's enough space.
4.
yeah.
You'll
That's
have
how
enough
this would-
space if Alexander doesn't put his name in there.
Now you're both
Look
at
at
social
this.
gunpoint.
Oh, here's the thing. Yeah, does Silas put their own name down?
My name is
I
already
didn't do.
automatically on there.
Ah, okay. So that's
On the
only
I
back
three
asked
spaces.
that
spaces then.
earlier. Pardon?
So that's only 3 slots then, technically.
Nope,
No,
my
it's
name is always
4.
on there.
Ah,
It does
okay.
not count towards the total.
It's
Yeah, I
Silas
have
plus
5
one.
total. Mhm.
Okay, that's fine. I missed that part.
Okay, so Alexander doesn't put his name down then.
So Kasai can.
Alright.
So here's the rough part.
Mm-hmm.
Nevros doesn't have a written script.
Ha!
So she actually doesn't know what her name is in scripts because she's never had to write her name.
Oh.
So she can't. She can probably do the commodification if one of you like tells her what it is.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure Amber would probably have some idea considering she's like falsified Nevro's documents. I mean, she found the ones that you guys dropped on the ground. Wink.
Right.
So I guess in that regard, she could write her name.
Yeah. I mean, I think Anushka was able to do the same thing, so...
Yeah, but you're not.
Your name has a written language.
Yeah, you're not Nevros. You're Nevros. So.
Oh, the dirty ones. Okay, I
use
yeah. You sort of have like this thing called a border around you. Yeah. So there's a problem.
I see.
So.
Does anyone else not put their name?
Cool. Like a no.
Alright, because I will take your spot then.
Very good.
Do the quantification of a name. Alright. Blah blah blah. So
is that written like on the item card?
No, I've got it written on my like characteristics section of Silas's sheet. It makes it easy for me to track.
Good.
I've got it written down. Don't worry. With my memory, I have to. Stop.
It is written.
Stop. I'm worrying now.
Oh, I'm not worried anymore.
Oh God, I'm still worried. This
He
didn't
rolls
fix it at all.
He rolls a deception. Oh, it didn't fix it at all? Then I'm worried again. So. You brandish the exalted deed. As you let it loose, the room is engulfed in pale yellow light. A radiance emitting from the deed itself. There is a majesty that fills the air, that greets your senses. There's a certain, how to say, I guess, concern or caution that runs through your mind, being mindful of what you do, what you say, and things like that, despite there not being the presence of royalty here, but it definitely feels like it. You are all engulfed in beams, little strands of even brighter and purer light. And for a moment, your world is nothing except this light. This lustrous brilliance. And, well, no rolls need to happen. You guys aren't in any danger. You guys teleport. Away goes the comforting barracks room that you guys have called home for a good while now. But whereas one door closes as you depart from it, locking it up before you go, you open another one to this new place you might call home, headquarters, hospice, whatever you want to call it. When you guys arrive, and you all arrive at the same time, your senses are greeted with a fresh gust of wind, the scent of pines, a tranquil quiet away from the murmur and hustle and bustle of city life, replaced instead only by the wind and the effect it has on the nearby grass and grain. Your vision returns to you, and you see yourselves atop a small hill, one that is overlooking a town in the distance, about half a mile away. It's not a small town by any means. It's at a certain point you can see where the dirt roads transition into cobble, with one cobble road going particularly further out. That same road runs by you and alongside your hill that you're posited upon. The place looks active. You see plenty of townsfolk doing their day-to-day, none of them any the wiser of your guys' sudden entrance to the region. But you guys are not alone atop this hill. Well, aside from like beyond your own company, that is. I think we've intuit that. You guys see an individual dressed. Well, I guess they're both rather dressed, clad in plate armor. Very decorated, ornate armor. One of them has this sort of what's that called? Plume arising from the front of his forehead, or rather the plate of his. Well, I guess it's called a 4-point. I think about. The other one is decorated out in assorted purples. What am I saying? I can just show you their tokens. Give me a second to locate them. Just a quick moment. If I could find it. Probably should have done this ahead of time, but that's fine.
I love hearing Crash's stalling bits.
I'm looking for the token.
No, I love it. That wasn't facetious. That was true.
Leave me alone.
No, I'm telling the truth. I like it.
Was it facetious, if not facetious?
No, because I don't know what that means.
Okay, there's one. Tokens, you good?
Yeah, I'm cool.
My tummy's upset.
My tummy is rumbly.
My tummy's rumbly.
Boom. I need to make that bigger.
Ooh la la. Hell yeah.
You see these two individuals. They've apparently been here for at least a short while. As there is a... well, they both have brought with them their own trunks, like a footlocker. Upon one of which, there is like a small cloth laying out. And then, from the looks of it, the preparations and beginnings of making tea. Neither of them having made the tea or drinking any such tea yet, unfortunately. But, no, they're about to. But, now you guys are here.
And they look at us.
They do.
I love
They stand upright.
Ah,
Do a little wave.
howdy.
The one on the right, I'll call him the blue-plumed one.
Blue plume.
The blue plume. The bloom.
Pokemon.
It's just... the blue plume one stands up from the little stool that, like a collapsible stool that he sat upon, which is probably doing a lot of capable work, being he's an individual dressed in plate armor.
That chair's holding up for its fucking life.
It's a well-worn chair, don't worry. He stands up and begins approaching over to you.
It never used to be collapsible.
Pulls out a sword.
It's collapsible whether it's designed to.
It will collapse, damn it.
You will break under.
So he's approaching us.
Yeah, he's approaching. And he holds up a hand in hailing you, greeting you. And he does call out as he closes distance with you guys. Good morning.
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 Certainly
Mhm.
is.
Hi there.
The other man stands up as well from his equally toiled stool. Toiled stool. But he does not approach, not immediately. He does watch from him with his arms behind his back in this, not at attention, more like at ease sort of pose, but nonetheless, he watches from a distance. But the bloom knight
We didn't
approaches
get this
you.
man's name.
How many NPCs did we bring with us?
All of them.
All
Except
of them?
Eric.
Alright. Yeah. Okay,
All
so in
but
that
Eric.
case, Alisand will kind of break away and go to meet the Bloom. because come within striking distance of like 20 odd.
I will say, contrary to what the art is, he has many weapons on him. You probably can count about, if we assume pairs are separate from one another, probably around 10.
Oh, Jesus.
He's a Dark Souls. I got you.
He would have. Okay, if we constitute a shield as a weapon as well, then 10.
So Jar will step in beside Alexander and approach.
I think probably everyone just falls.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh god, the mask moves.
He's not daunted by it.
They're prepared for a fight.
There's too many people here to introduce everyone, so Allison.
You can just go. This is real fast. You don't have to say it every individual. You can just say you do it. So,
right.
That's fair.
But I mean, like even in conversation. Alexander Whitelog. This is River Company. And I point out at least the main crew, us.
Gotcha. The core components of the of the River Company. Gotcha.
Real people.
Yeah.
And good morning to all of you, and to the rest of you. I must admit, when I was informed that you all would be coming out here, I didn't think it would be in such numbers. Interesting.
Who informed him?
God.
I mean, I guess.
The
I
scroll
don't know
itself.
if that's even a joke.
None of us.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I'm...
Yeah. You'd have to ask him.
You were informed.
I was.
By whom?
The Exalted Lord himself, of course. The one who is hosting this quest of yours.
I see. We didn't keep you waiting, did we?
No, not at all. I've actually just arrived. Say, an hour or so ago.
How fortuitous.
Hey, those of you that aren't Alexander, roll me your insight.
Sure.
Actually, no, probably perception.
Perception.
Roll a perception.
Oh my god, because that's higher.
Do I have anything on this? We have guidance.
Speak for yourself.
That's performance, mate.
Oh no!
Oh!
We
So
all
well.
suck, aside from one.
That works out so well. That works out so well specifically for Anushka.
Put that one on her permanent record.
It is. I just put it on. So Silas apparently is the only person successful at this.
He's all.
You see how the corner of your eye, Amber, just sort of sidle, like in this sort of coy, innocent sort of way. I was trying to look up images for it, but I've only ever seen it in anime. So it's like it's a really weird thing to try to describe. So imagine, okay, put your hands behind your back, like grabbing your hand with your other hand. Lean forward, like a 20-30 degree bow, and then cock your hip out. Either direction.
Like, oh, yeah, I know what you mean now.
Like, swaggering sort of like march, I guess is the way to describe it. Yeah, I tried to look up that, but it's really specific, so I couldn't find anything, unfortunately. Not anything that looked like the proper levels of dubious or suspicious enough, which is what Amber looks like right now. She begins like sort of walking past or along the side of this mob that you guys have her and getting closer to the front, just squinting her eyes, and you spot this through all the people you guys have.
Yeah, Silas glances back, sees her. Can I see what she's trying to look at?
She's looking at the guy.
Fair enough.
It's him. It's the guy. He's gonna die in 3 minutes.
I just glance at her and then go back to paying attention to the conversation. I'm not gonna stop her. She's not done anything wrong yet.
Yeah. Yet.
I don't know what she's gonna do. She might.
So, as she's doing that in the background, yeah, the man, the Bloom Knight, simply just says, like, you know, Exalted Lord Octavian told him, like, you guys will be here. In fact, that's the reason he's here. The other man does eventually, as he's, like, explaining his arrival, get here as well. And he stands behind the Bloom Knight and moves his arms from behind his back and crosses his arms and just sort of scans across all of you. He doesn't say anything, though.
What shall we call you two?
You may call me the arbitrator. I believe some anonymity would be best for this. him. He gestures at his friend, quote unquote. It is a pleasure to finally meet you all, River Company. I had heard about you from Bellamy.
Oh,
I would hope nice things.
Silas's ears flatten.
Some nice, others more truthful, I'm sure.
Indeed.
I am Chaplain Fabian, Chaplain of Exalted Law Octavian. It's a name's about as straightforward as it sounds. You could so those of you looking around could probably spot some of your NPCs sort of grimace or frown at his presence here, and it's quite clear as he continues speaking that he catches it with his eyes as well. Rest assured, I will not be intervening on your quest here. I will merely be observing. I will be as neutral as our arbitrator here. Those of you that were involved in Lyco's trial might wonder how true that is.
Yeah.
Given that Bellamy said, I won't interfere with the trial, and then they helped you. So it's like, well... But also, in fairness, Bellamy, he is a chaplain of Multi-Faith Session. So how much can you really trust her, right? So, as you guys are sort of looking at your two observers, yeah, do you guys do anything? Amber is closing distance, slowly but surely, like the snail that if you touch it, you die.
Let her touch the one in the back. Let her touch the one in the back.
Yeah, I think Morgan will be more interested in looking over at the town to see if she can make out any further details on it from this distance. Like,
Sure, run your perception.
Sure.
It's not a small town, but I would not constitute it as a small city.
Skibbity bop. That's good.
What are you curious about?
Good. Basically try to determine, like, well, I guess you kind of answered, like, how developed it is. Like, how are its defenses, how's its, like, food supply, how, like, new/old it is.
New? Pretty new. Maybe a decade or two.
Okay.
Pretty new. Maybe like 2 to 3. I'll probably put it in that range. That probably is a bit better. Or 15 to 30. There you go. We're averaging numbers now. But how developed it is, its defenses, it does have a series of walled checkpoints, as well as a more exterior, like... It's not a moat, because that implies there's water. They're just like ditches. that like they have like bridges and drawbridges to like bring up and stuff like that. No spikes at the bottom of them or anything like that, sorry, but yeah. And it's quite cool. The drawbridges, you could probably traverse across the ditches, given a bit of time and careful capacity. Some of them have rocks at the bottom, but whether or not they're placed there purposely or because there's rocks in the ground that they just sort of dug around, who knows?
There was a fucking big rock.
Yeah, it's just like, it's defense now. Yeah, the drawbridges are definitely more meant for like caravan, cargo, carriages, that sort of deal. But it has a couple of different checkpoints, and then the, like as you call it, the central part of town has its own stone wall in the middle of it. Called like a bit of a, not a bastion, because it makes it sound like it's a single building, but like an inner ring. The Cloud District. That's okay. We don't want to bring that asshole in there. But yeah, it's a pretty well set up town, and from what you can see out of 27, the defenses are well manned, right? It's not like when you're in your Aspire path where it's just like, these are the only people that can fight right now. There's like 5 of them, and we have an entire fort to man. It's nowhere near like that. It is well manned. There is not any, at least you're not an infiltrator. You're not like an ambuscade or anything like that. But as far as your better than a common layman's grasp on defenses and sieging, it's no gaps.
Yeah, she would actually have to put like time and effort to try and figure out how to breach this place without losing significant resources.
Exactly.
All right. Okay. What about like food supply? Are they mainly reliant on trade, or are they rather self-sufficient?
They have their own farmland. Most of the farmland is outside their most exterior circle, which you would probably put a demerit on of like, ooh, That's bad.
Yeah,
but they
that's
do have a
pretty
couple that
bad.
it's not a perfect circle. These defenses, right? So like towards the northwestern section, there's a lot more distance for them to own beyond their most exterior ring. So if we imagine, I'll just do like a quick draw. If we imagine the rest of the town is a perfect circle, hypothetically, the northwest quadrant spans out way more. Not to this extreme, probably like this actually, but it expands out way more.
Right. As development
Before they hit. Yeah, so there's a lot of farmland there that's set up, and you can see out of 27 there is a river northwest that they are utilizing for this farmland. A river that connects out into a lake. You see like the outreaches of the lake, like remember that time we're driving around the cliffs on the way to Solvang down here? We saw like oh there's a lake. Oh, there's a lake. It's like that, right? We're at the oh there's a lake part, right? You see a portion of the lake, not the entirety of it.
Over there yet?
Oh god. Yeah.
So, yeah, very good. You would anyone with a non-zero intelligence would probably note that yeah, it's good for a town to be next to a fresh stream of water.
Yeah.
For
food,
a number of
water,
reasons.
You want protection. Those are like the main things. It seems
Which
like
strikes you interesting out of 27 that they don't have a moat.
yeah.
Because logically the moat would just
be the river.
use the water.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Can she? I don't think that would be a perception. I think that'd be more like nature. Is it like the soil like would absorb the water too much and it just would never really take, or?
You would probably have to get closer and actually literally dig deep in the soil to actually understand why that might, or if that would be the case. At this distance, it looks like dirt.
Yeah. That's what I figured. I also don't think it'd be a perception check anyway, so she'll note that in her head for later. Is there anything else?
The town does have some taller buildings, wider and taller buildings in a couple of certain cases. It's quite cool they do have a temple, or a monastery rather, given it's probably taller than the entirety of the town. Bell tower, the works.
That's a really high roll, and we're on a bit of a higher up area. Does she see any like local landmarks, like whether they're man-built or like just environmentally important?
To the
Aside from like
it's technically northeast, but more east than north. There is a rather distinctly large tree, probably older than the rest of its floral cousins next to it. To the point where you could probably climb its set up there, like a small building, big old treehouse, sort of capable tree. So that's to the east/northeast. Obviously, the center of town has the monastery, so that is a very distinct landmark. And all roads lead by it in some way, shape, or form. There is a larger and wider house. Probably goes up 3 stories, compared to the rest of the town is 1 or 2. That is towards the south western part of town. Aside from that, the hill you're on is the beginning of a hill range. So technically, where you guys are currently, the hills behind you guys, it is clear of large amounts of forestry. There's probably like a few trees here and there, few and far in between, but it is a good bit until you guys actually hit the tree line again. Whereas if you're east of town, it's not that far into a tree line, maybe like half a mile, less than that. Whereas behind you guys, it's probably a couple miles before you hit a tree, the tree line rather.
Okay. Yeah, I think whatever conversation is gonna happen, that's probably what Morgan's doing during that conversation. Just like kind of distracted, like taking these notes, maybe scribbling something down on a little fucking notepad. That's what I'm trying to think of.
What about the rest of you?
Yee.
Just observing the two, I think.